When you've got the footage you wanted, click the Stop button. Note that some HD devices may not allow Vegas Pro to control playback. If this is the case with your camera, after you click the Start Capture button, you'll have to start and stop your device with the device's transport controls. After you stop capturing, click the Clip Log tab. Here you'll see a list of what you've captured. If you left scene detection enabled and you captured past a point where you stopped recording on the camera and then started again, you'll see more than one clip in the Clip Log list. Now you're ready to use your HDV footage in your project. Click the Project Media tab to bring the Project Media window to the front. If you don't see the Project Media tab, choose View Project Media to open the Project Media window. The Project Media window already contains the clips you just captured, and you can drag those clips to your timeline and start editing. I'm viewing my Project Media in Detailed mode. Click the Views button to change the mode you're viewing your media in. Since I had scene detection enabled, I have more than one clip in my Project Media list. Notice that the transferred clips have the M2T file extension. The M2T format is an MPEG-2 transport stream, and it's the format that HDV cameras shoot to. Vegas Pro uses these files natively, so a transcoding step, and the quality loss that often comes along with it, is not necessary. When you edit your HDV clips in Vegas Pro, you're using the exact quality that the camera shot. Now that you've got the clips on your hard drive, drag them to the timeline. You can use them in any project and mix and match them with clips of any other format that you might also be using. You might want to change your project video properties to match your HDV footage for the best preview playback performance. Click the Project Video Properties button in the Video Preview window. In the Project Properties dialog box, choose the appropriate HDV template from the Template drop-down list. For instance, since I'm in North America and I shot at 1080-60i, I choose the HDV 1080-60i 1440 by 1080 29.97 fps template from the list. Click OK. Now you can use all of the Vegas Pro editing tools and techniques to create your video with HDV footage. Those editing techniques are covered in Sony Creative Software newsletter articles, our other online training video resources, our seminar series packages, and the digital video and audio production guidebook available at sonycreativesoftware.com. So we'll skip them here for now and jump right to delivering your project. As always with Vegas Pro, choose File, Render As to render your project out into whatever format you need to deliver in. In other words, you don't have to deliver to HDV just because you used HDV footage in your project, but you can. You can also print your project back to HDV tape if you need to deliver it or archive it that way. To do that, make sure your camera or deck is still connected via iLink, pop a blank tape into it, and choose Tools, Print Video to HDV Tape. Select the device you are printing back to in the Device drop-down list of the HDV Print to Tape wizard and click Next. Make your appropriate choices on the Select Format File page of the wizard. Notice that if you choose the Render Format option, you'll print the current project to tape. That's the option I'm using. However, if you want to print a file that you had previously rendered into HDV back to tape, select the Use an Existing File radio button and navigate to the file you want. Click Next. If your recording device supports device control, meaning Vegas Pro is allowed to start and stop playback and record, select the Crash Recording radio button. If your device does not support device control, select the Manual radio button. Click Finish. If you selected to print the current project, the project begins to render. One great thing about working with HDV in Vegas Pro is that if you are rendering back to a file that has the same attributes as the HDV media you've used in your project, no recompression is necessary. In other words, for those parts of your project that use unaltered HDV, if you are rendering back to the same format, Vegas Pro simply transfers the information from the computer drive to the rendered file. Vegas Pro prints your project to your HDV tape, and you now have an HDV archive. Now that we've discussed the basic tape workflow for HDV, let's talk about how you can use Vegas Pro to take advantage of a couple of other great devices and make the job of getting your footage onto your computer even faster and easier. Sony offers two tapeless devices that not only work great with your HDV camera, but also work seamlessly inside Vegas Pro: the HVR DR60 hard disk recorder and the new HVR MRC1K compact flash memory recording unit. With these devices, you can bypass tape altogether and record directly to a hard disk with the DR60 or to compact flash memory with the MRC1K. Doing so saves you a great amount of time transferring the footage to your computer drive, because a file transfer can happen much more quickly than the real-time function of capturing from tape. Some of the newer model Sony HDV cameras, like the HVR Z7 and the HVR S270 series cameras, ship with the MR-C1K unit included. The unit can be connected to these cameras, as well as cameras in the HVR V5 series, via a direct connection that doesn't require any cables. The unit can also be purchased separately and connected to older HDV and DV cameras, with the included mounting cradle, which enables you to connect it to the camera via an iLink cable. With the largest flash memory cards currently available, you can get around 70 minutes worth of shooting time. The DR60 is roughly the same size as the MR-C1K and can also be mounted directly onto your camera and connected via an iLink cable. The DR60 hard disk recording unit holds 60 gigabytes worth of files, which translates to around 4.5 hours worth of recording time. Both of these units enable you to shoot simultaneously to tape and the flash or hard disk memory. This makes it possible to simultaneously create instantly accessible files and a tape archive of the shoot. Once you've shot your footage to either of these units, it's easy to use that footage in Vegas Pro. However, the procedure for transferring your footage from these units to your computer drives is different than the tape capture we discussed above, so let's take a quick look at how to do it. I've got a DR60, so I'll go through that workflow. The workflow for the MR-C1K is almost the same as what I'll describe here. First, with your unit's power off, connect it to your computer with an iLink cable. If you're using the MR-C1K, remove the flash memory card from your unit and insert it directly into a card reader on your computer. You may get faster transfer times this way than you would by connecting the unit via iLink. Assuming you've connected via iLink, turn the unit on. If Windows gives you a Found New Hardware dialog box, just cancel it without installing any drivers. It's not necessary to install anything. If a Windows dialog asks you what you want to do with the new device, cancel that too. In Vegas Pro, choose File, Import, Hard Disk Recording Unit. If you're using the MR-C1K, choose File, Import, Flash Recording Unit. This opens the Import from Hard Disk, or Memory, Recording Unit dialog box. Use the Source drop-down list to specify your unit. In the Destination drop-down list, specify the folder on your computer drive that you want to transfer the footage to. Click OK. When you're shooting HDV, the DR60 breaks the footage up into separate files when a file reaches a size of 2 gigabytes. During the transfer process, Vegas Pro seamlessly assembles those separate files together to create one continuous file. This way, if you shoot for a long time, you'll end up with one continuous file to work with instead of a series of shorter files. All of the new Sony cameras and devices that support the HDV format demonstrate just how fast the format is growing in popularity. Vegas Pro software's ability to handle and work effortlessly with the format and these devices gives you a powerful combination for high-definition workflow.
There we go. Now, I may have to survive out in the wild, but when it comes to meeting my next production deadline, it's Vegas Pro that is my most valuable survival tool. Thanks for watching. Check out more of this series for valuable techniques.